I can't wait.
All right, that is what I'm talking about. Got my coffee. Paul's going to get some coffee. And you know what? Have courage to be kind today. Not just today, but every day, right? And we're going to say hello to some people. Let's see who we got on here. We got Michelle sending love right back at you, beautiful. And let's see, we got Christine. Good morning, Christine. We got Paul.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
And Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. Lisa, Maddie Brown. But not only that, now look. Then we got
Good morning, Daryl.
and
Leanne.
we got Kimberly Barney. Kimberly Barney.
My.
All right.
Lynn.
Good morning, Lynn.
Christy Starr. Billy Stowell. Good morning, Billy. How you doing, bud?
We got Rob and Stacy, and Billy's in the
Good
house.
morning, Pam. Kathy Austin in the house, man.
Good morning, Marina. Let's see. Good morning, Pam.
Bo's in the house.
Naomi, good morning. Let's see who else we got. Butch. Good morning, Butch. You said Bo is here. Good morning,
Leslie Bo. Is in the house.
Good morning.
You've got your thing on my notes.
It didn't make it dirty, so it's all good. Good morning, Jana and Cheryl. Let's see, Linda. Good morning, Linda.
We need to say a word about.
Loves my hair.
Christine loves your hair. What about my hair? She cut it.
Well, it's kind of.
Hey, what?
You had a little alfalfa going in the back, so I don't know.
Alfalfa? What's alfalfa?
Don't tell me you don't know alfalfa.
I don't.
Hey. Little rascal, stop! You don't know who alfalfa is?
No, you're saying wrong.
No, oh, delight!
I never worked.
Oh, delight!
I never watched Little Rascals in my life. I watched the Three Stooges.
You've never.
Ever.
What is wrong with you? And he's never watched Moana.
What?
All these.
Moana. Hey, Brad. Hey,
what?
now.
Moana?
Randy Curtis and Stephen Albright and Russell Williams.
See,
and
Jana's saying, "Oh my."
Jana.
Marina loves Little Rascals.
Jana.
Thank you.
No, she's not watched Little Rascals. Jana, come to my defense.
I'm telling you guys, we're gonna have to have a movie day, and he's gonna need to sit down and watch all these movies.
You look like a punk rocker, right?
He is a punk rocker. You didn't know that? Come on, Cheryl.
Yeah. So,
anywho,
bad hair day. Bad hair day. Hey, Michelle, rock it, baby,
Michelle.
rock it.
Oh man.
I watched it, Lord. No, you didn't like it.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's a great movie. Little Rascals, Moana, Because I was trying to sing the song, what can I say except you're welcome? And he's like, I've never heard this song.
I didn't.
What? All right. Anyway,
Anywho. Today I would be Can you get your ponytail out of my coffee?
Nope. I need to
stir it.
I need to get
I
my
have a
coffee
stirrer.
in more than one way. you know?
Wow.
Hey.
So today I just would be remiss if I didn't mention Janice, my good friend, and John from the UK in Newcastle. Janice is going through a tough time, and her post today really broke my heart. The medical system in the UK is not good, and so she is going through so much. And I wanted to say to her, we need to lift her up in prayer, and we need to support her. If you can send her a message, send some love, send some encouragement Janice's way, just do it in the feed right now, and I will make sure she sees this. She's just going through a tough time. Your pony, that's so funny. But anyway, say something to Janice and John, and she's about at the end of her rope, and she needs prayers and support and encouragement to get through these days. It's tough to watch a loved one have their last days, and I just pray for peace. I pray for a sense of calmness. I pray for everything that could be done to bring John a little bit of comfort. He has a heart condition, is failing him, and she has meant a lot to this community. If you ever watched Happy Hour, she has brought so much laughter to the group, and she's so witty. And I just want you to send her some love, please, 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 because I didn't intend on doing this, but Laura brought the post to my attention right before we got on this. And so that's most important. You know, somebody asked me, what was the intent of morning coffee? Well, I started morning coffee years and years ago. I've done 5,500 episodes of morning coffee. So that's a lot. And I originally started morning coffee to give a boost to people that needed motivation, people that needed an uplift. It was light and funny, 2 minutes to 3 minutes long. You can log on, have your morning coffee, and log off. 2 to 3 minutes was it. And now it's evolved into, my hope is to bring encouragement, uplift, and things that will help anybody that had aphasia or had a stroke or had a TBI, and also anybody that's struggling. We all have struggles in life. Yes. We do, I do, she does, you do, and we all need to be so loving and kind and joyful in our approach, because you never know, like somebody might be watching this and on their face you see this bright smile, and inside they're racked, with financial problems or health problems or relationship problems, or somebody let them down. So anything that we can do that provide a little bit of uplift, a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of hope along the way, that's what the purpose of morning coffee lies. Especially now that I have this beautiful, talented, amazing woman to be a part of this with me. It's about making connections, exactly right, all over the world, and share this content, because I believe it would be so helpful if you would, because you never know who's watching. Salute says that all the time. You never know when that little advice we may give, or that little thing that we may say, uplifts somebody else and helps them continue for another day. And, Janice, you got that right. It's not over until it's over. Even science says energy isn't destroyed, it's just transformed. So I believe that as well. But I've been doing morning coffee forever and ever and ever. It seems like 5,500 is a lot to do. Refreshing new content, and we try our best to make sure that every day, sometimes it's hard for us because stress gets all over us and we're going to something, but not as difficult as what Janice is going through. It's no contest. It's just we all have struggles in life. So that brings me to the subject of today. If you don't take an approach to remind yourself that mindfulness is important. So let me cover what's not mindful. How about judgment? Talk about that.
Judgment. It's one of I think the worst things out of everything. It's something that we all fear, and it's not a positive, uplifting thing to do to other people. Definitely puts your mind in a different place. Instead of a place of growth, it puts it in a place of judgment. And the book that I'm actually reading is what is it? It's all about questions and asking yourself. I'll have to look it up and I'll share it with you guys. But they say there's the learner mode and then there's the judger mode. And so we can either choose to learn and to grow, or we can choose to judge and to hate and to belittle and to blame, all these horrible things that we tend to do when we don't want to own our part in what's going on.
Well, you can't be too hard on yourself either, because if you judge yourself too harshly, you're going to put yourself down and down and down till you lock yourself in prison and you can't get out. Remember that it's a journey. Every step you take is a learning experience. If you judge harshly about you, that destroyed mindfulness. And just be careful that you're not judging yourself and so harshly day to day, because we all have our difficulties, but we all can get better. And then excuses. Excuses. Don't accept your excuses. if you can excuse anything, if you convince yourself, I'll just put it off to tomorrow. Procrastination. I didn't really need to do that anyway. And if you want a more productive life, you have to limit your excuses, because you can excuse anything and convince yourself that it's okay. It's okay to overlook. It's okay to judge others. It's okay to not be mindful about your health. It's okay to not drink water. It's okay to not make that phone call that you need to make that you've been putting off. It's okay. They'll get over it. It's okay until it's not okay.
Right.
And then you have to deal with the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, we constantly try to convince ourselves that we need to do it this way because it's more comfortable. Our body naturally wants to keep us comfortable. It doesn't want us to feel pain or hurt or something that putting ourselves out there and taking risks, doing things that we know we need or should do in order to achieve our goals.
Absolutely.
And because of that, then we find ourselves creating those excuses and trying to stay comfortable when we know that it's going to only backfire. And as Paul said, create us facing our own consequences. So,
and read that point from Leslie, please. I love Leslie.
First Yama, I don't know that word, sorry, but non-harming. When you judge, you harm yourself and others. I just taught a 5-week class.
Wow. I would love to know more about that. And so Lou says, I told my students that I wouldn't accept excuses from them because they grow up to be adults with excuses. That's brilliant. Thank you. And number 3 is putting mindfulness off. It's easy to do. You can always make excuses about dealing with mindfulness, and you got to work consistently on developing the habit of being mindful. If you don't develop the habit, the every other day approach is not the good approach. You can't be mindful every other day because what happens when you run into me on the not mindful day, or you run into others on the not mindful day? It can be a train wreck. So just picture this week as developing the habit to be mindful. And multitasking. What do you think about that?
Multitasking? Well, you're not able to commit to the one thing that you need to do at a time. And some people, they say, I'm really good at multitasking. I'm good at getting stuff done all at one time. But it's just like when I was younger, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to be the best singer. I wanted to be the best dancer. I wanted to be the best actress.
Well, you are.
But I wanted to be good at every single thing I did. And if I wasn't good at it, I wouldn't do it. But I would multitask trying to be perfect or great or a master at all these different things. But what I was doing was I was only being intermediate, not expert in any of them, because it's hard to multitask on several different things, trying to balance it out, celebrating the little wins in each and every single one of them without falling back and feeling like you're not measuring up or you're not being good enough or nobody's going to take me seriously. All these things that we put ourselves down because we're not giving ourselves that 100% focus on one thing at a time to feel proud about those things. And that is a huge one, at least for me, is to give ourselves or give myself that time to be proud of myself. How often do we not do that? Or we just say, okay, well, I did that, great, and let's move on to the next thing. No, look at what I did. I just finished my taxes. I'm going to give myself a hoorah, and I'm going to go put on some loud music and dance around because taxes are not fun to do, right? But that's a celebration of something that I would have to sit down, finish, and complete. And once that's done, I can be proud of it.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to say to Randy, and, keep practicing reading. I struggle with it too. I read so fast, and it's a struggle to get through it, but you can do it. And people with aphasia have a different set of parameters. We have to go through it. Recovery is possible, to quote Brooke Allen. Hey, Brooke. And I just want all of you to know, when you have aphasia, your file cabinet is scattered. But about the time you pick up the pieces and you multitask, it gets overwhelming. Do one thing at a time and finish. That will propel you to your goals. I finished that. That's one thing that I finished. I finished that. That's a second thing I finished. So just remember, multitasking is great if you can do it, but when it causes upset or you didn't finish, it causes consternation. What about that big word? Consternation in your mind, and gets you all scattered. So be sure and finish one thing at a time, and that's amazing. Your song was beautiful yesterday. That song I shared.
Oh,
yeah. So
thank you, Christine.
It was beautiful. So
thank you.
We'll come to the end of just how much does impatience play a role in not being mindful. Impatience, you have a lot of patience.
I do.
Oh. That's funny. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
There are some people that can have a lot of patience.
I'm listening.
My mother is one of them. She
Really?
is lovely.
Yeah.
And she just naturally has a lot of patience for a lot of things. And then there are some people like myself who do not have patience whatsoever. And there are pros and cons to everything, right? So when it comes to patience, as far as not being mindful, if you don't have patience, then you're going to try to find the next thing to do. Then you start multitasking. Then you start making excuses for the things that you avoided doing in the beginning if you didn't have patience for it. Like if I was playing piano, I love piano. Piano is my favorite instrument ever.
Okay.
Piano. And I started taking lessons in piano. And I was able to do like the little trinky dinky things after like weeks of practicing. You wanted
to be Chopin.
I wanted to be amazing, yeah.
Okay.
And apparently my brain does not go to my fingertips as fast as I'd like to tell me which ones to click. And so because of that, I did not continue my lessons in piano because I couldn't get it fast enough. My patience to learn piano was not there, but then it took away my ability to learn piano to then be able to play piano to the best of my ability because my patience wasn't there and it was lacking. Yeah. And I still to this day wish I just stuck with it anyway, just so I could play piano. There are several things I'm doing now instead, but back then it's one of those things where impatience hurt me in what I wanted to achieve. And it happens on a daily basis, at least for me. I'm sure I'm not the only one on here that can relate to that. But
when you exert impatience, your mind begins to wander. I believe you just need to be gentle with yourself.
Exactly.
And give it time, because my kids said I don't have the P in patience. I tried. So I tried to develop more patience. when I had my stroke, I had no choice. I wanted it now, and I wanted it all like to come back. I wanted to be able to talk right now. I couldn't. I day by day, little bit by a little bit, forming a syllable. And I want to address one thing. As a caregiver, you need to multitask. I understand that. I think Naomi said that, or somebody said it. That you need to multitask, and I know that. But just make sure when you're multitasking, you take a break for you too. And Rome wasn't built in the day, and I know.
Was it?
Well, no.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh.
Anyway.
Who knew?
Who knew? But I can remember my mom taking care of my dad. And when you are a caregiver, you're expected to be the people managing the medicine, the people managing the meals, the people moving your loved one. It's just so much and so hard. So I understand that you need to multitask. And I just wanted to say that. But if Paul can do it, I can too. You got it right. You got it right. And Lisa, we need to get together and talk about what I can do to help you. You were one of the first people that reached out to me after my stroke. So I followed your journey and Daryl's journey. We need to get together. So I can get stuck all the time. I'm so thankful that my family makes me get rest, and it's okay. Melissa said that she took piano lessons as well. And so Lou said, my dad tried to teach me piano. He gave up. So
Chandra did too.
Yep.
It's one of those things.
So I hope this take on what happens when you refuse or excuse mindfulness. It doesn't just come into your mind and say, knock, knock, I need you to be mindful. That's not the way it works. So I wish it was, but it's not. So,
actually, the more awareness you build, you actually can sometimes hear that knocking or
through awareness you can.
Oh yeah.
Be things, patience, being able to ask for help is possible. Don't have to do it all
Russell,
by yourself.
You are so right about that.
You got that right, Lisa, Maddie Brown, and I will get together and figure it out sometime. So in closing, pray for Janice and John. I just have them on my mind today. Right before we entered the show, she was sharing that with me, and I just broke my heart. I don't know if you have seen the post, but gut wrenching, terrible medical practice, just so much. Linda Quick, I have learned a lot from the show today. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. That's all that matters. If we can help one person to get a little bit better or encouraged along the way, we have accomplished our mission. And just I have to continually remind myself of that. And it's not about likes and not about how many views. Facebook has got it figured out that they control the views anyway. So anyway, I just thank you. And Laura, thanks you. We really feel grateful that you tune in and share this content, please. And every time you come, bring another friend that can watch it, and we'll grow the audience and send up likes and hearts. And if you have not joined the Level 10 Hope Exchange, be sure and do that. You can recommend any of your friends. I will approve them instantly. And be sure and tune in to Jerry's show today. I think it's going to be fantastic. I have an exciting day today. I teach Casey at 12, Kayla at 1:30, and Michelle at 3. So 3 1-hour sessions. So I'm really excited about that. The best way to determine you don't get any of these shows is to say, any views, is to say something positive. If you try to make the difference in the world in a positive way, Facebook doesn't like that. We'll see. In closing, doom, 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 right? Nope. Captions. Okay. You are someone special because
you are.
You got that right. You were destined to be
great.
Live to your best self every day. God doesn't sponsor any
flops or flip-flops.
Got that right. You were put here, designed for maximum accomplishment from
birth.
Got that right as well. So go be great because
you can.
You can. Absolutely. Because nothing is impossible. Nothing ever is impossible. Just do the work. Get up. And we can do anything we set our minds to if we just
believe.
Look up for your answers, always. And as we always say,
your turn.
Okay, you say it. Okay.
Hope is on the way.
No way.
Way to you and me and you and you and you and you and you and you and all of us. So basically, bottom line is be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to stay in that present moment so that way you can be more mindful and you can set your day off on the right page.
And remember,
right side of the bed.
Exactly. Remember, putting mindfulness off doesn't work. Being impatient doesn't work. Multitasking often doesn't work when you have aphasia. Being judgmental doesn't work to others, and making excuses is just a pile of poo-poo. So don't do that. So have a good day. Have a blessed day. We'll see you later.
God bless.
I think we